So before we get this video started, I want to go ahead and dispel something that someone said. Okay? This person called me a house hater because I kept it real. But no, in all seriousness, I don't think this person watched the whole video. Maybe they did, and they still thought I was a house hater. But I was very complimentary. All I did was point out the fact that Jake Paul paid for the brand and to be by his brother, okay? The brand I'm talking about is Ritz-Carlton, okay? Ritz-Carlton. The materials that they used in that place, I could promise you, they have warehouses of that crap because they build these luxury communities across the globe. So in order to save money, they buy certain things in bulk. So it doesn't look inspired. It doesn't look beautiful. Well, I take that back. That's the wrong word. It doesn't look inspired. It doesn't look inspired, okay? There's nothing unique about it. I guarantee you could go into several, okay, of those tract homes, because that's all it is, of those tract homes. And if you don't know what a tract home is, it is where they have a model, so A, B, C, D, E model drawn up. They're not drawing from scratch. A, B, C, D, E. These are the materials we use. Boom, boom, boom. Tract home. Okay? That's all it is. It's a tract home. And you guys want to come at me for calling it out for being a tract home? It's a tract home. There's nothing special about it. Because it is a community developed by a commercial brand. Yes, they use quality finishes, quality materials, okay? High quality materials, some of the best money can buy, but they buy it in bulk. So there's nothing beautifully designed about it. Okay, let me stop using the word beautifully designed, because it is beautifully designed, okay? There's nothing about it that is astronomically different than anything else within that community. So if that makes me a house hater, I'm a house hater, bro. I'm a house hater. Probably think I'm gonna be a house hater for this video. So we didn't get a chance to do Architecture Wednesday because I'll be flat out honest, I was depressed, okay? I was depressed. I'll explain why. Not that I was depressed in the sense of, like having a mental breakdown or, anything like that, which I've had anxiety issues in the past. And, this has nothing to do with what I'm getting ready to say. It was depressing because I decided to go to Vegas when it hit record heat. I went from being home where it's about 70-ish degrees to somewhere where it was 120. So by the time that I actually got finished with actual work, because I never truly really like go on vacation and just do no work. I have to do some kind of work. So after I finish, it's like, man, I need to get out of this room. So yeah, I mean, look, I left the AC on 24/7 and the heat defeat the AC. The heat defeated the AC. The only way to really feel the AC is to be close by it. So I recommend nobody go to Vegas at this particular time. Obviously, there's tons of people in Vegas. People that live in Vegas. I mean, there's tons of people there now. But I don't think I would ever do it again at this time of year. I haven't been in maybe about six years, I think. Yeah, about 6 years. So I was just like, hey man, you know what? Let's go to Vegas. Not a great idea. Well, not my best idea. How about that? Not my best idea. So I'm back. This is Architecture Saturday. This is actually the house that we have coming up, is what I was supposed to, put out on Wednesday, or originally scheduled for Wednesday. So this is going to be beautifully designed, architectural, award-winning property in Bel-Air. And it has a lot of great things going for it. It has views. It's a great entertaining space. So we're going to check this property out and we'll see what we have to say about it. Now, for those that are new to the channel, we have a grading system in place. We grade location, we grade lot use, we grade design layout, we grade exterior finishes, we grade interior finishes, and we also grade amenities. You know what's like interesting? I actually had like a vision about Bel-Air last night. Maybe I'll share it with you guys one day. This is definitely the most interesting home on the block. Like, just look. This is not a compound at all.
This is a $15 million futuristic modern mansion here in Bel-Air, Los Angeles. It's got 2 floating staircases, impressive contemporary interior, a screening room, and so many other things. And today, we're gonna tour this property in its entirety. But before we do, make sure to like and subscribe, because we're touring homes just like this every single week on the channel. Now let's get started.
Like and subscribe to me, not to him. The views from that cantilevered room, that should be amazing. But I'll tell you guys what's wrong with being on this side of the street, and I'll break it down for you guys towards the end of the video. Okay, so obviously it's not a clear day, because you should be able to see whatever it is this is facing, you'd be able to see it. I know I said I will kind of break it down. I don't go deeper into it, but if this house was on this side of the street, this would be facing the back of the home versus the front of the home. In those views, typically when you're on this side of the street, for example, they're going to be worth more than from the front of the house, because you're going to be right here, even though we can't see it because it's so far. Just know the street is right here, right? The street. So just a couple different things. And then when people are at the front of their house, they're able to peek in and look at you, which is why they have the shutters right here. And obviously, you would need the shutters to get privacy, because when the lights are on, everything you're doing is visible in the room. So this is a huge negative to the property, and it has nothing to do with the property itself. It just has to do everything with the positioning of the lot or land, for that matter. But ultimately, I mean, this design is impressive. This room is amazing. Obviously, you have one huge beam here, and that's to hold the structure, because this is cantilevered. So it's good architectural design. Nice, beautiful freestanding tub. I mean, this place looks amazing. 7,000 square feet of home, three levels. So this is a split level property.
We're here today in bright and
nice.
sunny Bel-Air, Los Angeles, about to tour this newly constructed futuristic home. You can see here on my right, you've got this sloped
It's a beautiful
driveway,
architectural
which takes you down
design.
to your subterranean garage area. The entire exterior here
I'm a
is
fan of it.
surrounded by landscaping. It looks impressive. And follow me up this set of concrete steps here to
the
your
mailbox?
covered off porch area. Above me, this entire cantilever steps here.
Is this the mailbox or just the intercom? Like, I don't know. So they did do a nice job of selecting a glass that would give as much privacy. But like I mentioned, as soon as you cut the lights on and it's night, you can see directly inside everything that's going on.
Here to your covered off porch area above me, this entire cantilever is actually your primary bedroom suite. When you're in there, it feels like you are floating, and of course we'll see it later on in the tour. I'm a huge fan of the exterior architecture. Like I said, it's very futuristic. It looks like a spaceship right here. I'm serious. I've never
Now that he mentions that, it kind of reminds me of this movie called Passengers with who is it? It's Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, and they're like in this spaceship called the Homestead, trying to get to, I guess, what I think it was a different planet where, you know, us humans could procreate and, you know, grow and civilize because the Earth became inhabitable.
Never seen something quite like this. You've got very unique structural curved elements on the inside and the outside of the property. Once again, surrounded by more foliage. You've got several Zen garden areas, which we will see in a bit. And we've got your massive
So 10,000 square feet of a lot with a 7,000 square foot home. I am curious how much yard there is. Obviously, there's the pool and the hot tub, but other than that, there's probably not going to be a whole lot. Considering, you know, you got to have some frontage, so it's probably not going to be a big yard, but it should suffice.
glass paneled pivot door. And now let's go in. Coming in through your glass paneled pivot door, we have just made it into your futuristic modern property.
This looks amazing.
Right when you walk in, you are greeted with this beautiful living room section with contemporary staged seating throughout, with this illuminated ceiling detail above. Very unique. I've never seen something quite like.
Again, if you have a party at night and the lights are on, everybody can see everything that's going on. So this is like very limited on privacy. Obviously, this is a sliding glass from what it looks like, and they just have it, you know, nice and open for now to, you know, bring in that nice look. And also it was good for the camera to get in some natural, you know, more natural light. So few reasons why this is open right now. But back to what I was saying is, you're not going to have a whole lot of privacy here. Versus if this was the back, you'd have some kind of privacy.
Like this before. You've also got all of these floor-to-ceiling sliding glass doors which lead out to this private garden. You get views of all of the Bel-Air foliage, tons of natural light and fresh air come into this property. Over here you've got your marble stonework which goes from the floor up to the ceiling with this glass enclosed fireplace.
It matches the house.
You're like, it's surrounded a good choice. By more views of the foliage out there in the distance, and the trees are very tall. It provides plenty of privacy here into the property. Coming through, let's talk about some of the futuristic structural elements that you have at this home. You've got the glass railing, which takes you up to the upper half of your main level. This space includes your kitchen,
huge
your
staircase,
dining space, and it has access directly out to the backyard. The staircase is nicely illuminated, and you've also got this lower level staircase which takes you down to the basement where we have a massive living area, screening room, and access to a couple different guest bedrooms. I also love the unique curvature and futuristic structural elements that they have in the interior. If you come through here, you've got views of this unique glass chandelier.
Too
You
industrial.
can actually look up into your kitchen, which we'll see in a second. Also right here.
This, I don't, you know, sometimes I don't understand certain chandeliers, but this just looks like blown mason jars. You know, like you could fill these with like moonshine, right? so much moonshine, but that's what this kind of reminds me of. This like doesn't look like a futuristic design. It just looks like it holds moonshine.
press this simple button, and what do we have here? We've got your very own private glass elevator, which takes you down below to the basement level or up above to the primary bedroom suite. And the floor above me only has the primary. It's completely reserved for that.
So far,
bedroom.
layout looks really
We're
good.
gonna, of course, see that later. We also have a private rooftop deck, which we'll see in a second. But follow me up this set of illuminated stairs, and we've just made it up to the top section of your main level. You've got your formal dining room table
This
in front
I
of you,
like.
which has seating
This
for
is
up
different.
to 8 of your guests. Contemporary light fixture is positioned above. I've never seen something quite like this.
Yeah, this is different.
Really cool. I don't even know how to describe it. I do like that a lot.
I like it.
Over on my right,
Same.
you've
Me
got the
too.
contemporary kitchen, which has 2 kitchen islands. Custom white paneled cabinetry is displayed on
Nice
both
and
kitchen
clean.
islands, and you close those up and they're all soft closing, which we just love to see. LED light strips
Induction
are
stove.
illuminating the ceiling. Really cool, just white lines. It looks very futuristic in the home. You've got your breakfast bar seating, which
Does
can
look
seat
futuristic.
up to 4 guests, 2 on either side.
Wouldn't have
of
been my
this
choice of
waterfront
counter,
edge
but
kitchen island. Over here, this is your second kitchen island.
It fits
You've got a dual sink right
completely.
over here. 5
Wow, look at
burner
that hood.
induction cooktop designed by Miele.
Miele.
And you've got your futuristic
I see
hood
it.
mounted right above right there. And even your hood actually has an LED light strip cutout surrounding the perimeter.
Okay.
Which is pretty crazy. We've never seen that before. You've got more seating sections here on my right at this wooden paneled countertop. Overlook your outdoor seating, overlook your private pool. We'll see that space in a bit. Also, over here, you've got your paneled fridge and freezer. Let's take a look inside of here. Designed by Miele, no handles are present. You can barely tell that it's there. And then next to that, you've got some glass paneled shelving spaces.
I like
You can
it.
pull all of these out. And
Where
also
is
nicely
the
soft closing, which we
cappuccino
love to
maker?
see. I want to show you more of the inner workings briefly. Right over here, you've got your Miele oven setup, which is actually designed with a white color. I've never seen that before. And then down the way, panel dishwasher in
usually-
the white tone. Never seen a white dishwasher.
Personally, usually I like, because white appliances were like the appliances of old. So it's nice to see it done in a modern, with modern design, with a modern touch, because that looks sleek. Nothing about it looks outdated, right? The common, now, which is going to become the old, is the stainless steel. But stainless steel is just, you can't go wrong with stainless steel, right? You just can't go wrong with stainless steel. But white and black appliances are like, it's old, right? It's old. They weren't using stainless steel to make these appliances. So to see, someone like Miele make the appliances white to match, a certain aesthetic is actually pretty cool.
Either, that's pretty crazy. Now follow me down through this section. Take a look at this futuristic interior. We have never
just
seen
looks
something
so
like
clean.
this before. I'm a huge fan. Glass railing takes you down to a private powder room. LED
layout
circular
is
mirror
good so
is
far.
mounted above your vessel sink.
Like,
and
really
if you
good.
follow me down this way over here, before we check out that backyard, just around the corner, we've got a little preparation section with some push to open cabinets and some custom soft closing cabinetry. More views of the foliage
No
throughout,
cappuccino
and
maker,
just have
so
some
my
more
heart is a
built-in
little
cabinets
torn
and
here.
LED lit shelving sections.
Like, they could have
Now,
at
that
least put it
concludes
over
our
here.
tour for the main level. So now we got to head outside and check out the backyard.
So I'm torn because they didn't cheap out with the finishes.
We've
There's no
just made it
cappuccino
here
maker.
into your private oasis backyard. You've got the pool situated in the center of this wooden deck. Your hot tub is also nicely located to the left of the pool right here. You're
is not
surrounded by
bad.
tons of landscaping. This backyard is extremely private. No one can see in here whatsoever. Look at how tall these
It is
trees are.
very private.
You've got 2 staged pool chairs in front of me, more seating areas on my left, and I love these massive rock slabs that they have have included in the space too. You can sit on the rocks or sit on the chairs if you want. Pretty cool. You've got impressive views of your futuristic
They did a
architecture
good
right
job
here.
with
All the floor-to-ceiling glass panels.
the
And up
grading
above, you've actually
of the
got
land.
access into the private rooftop. Over here, you've got more seating sections, more
'Cause this
views
works.
of your futuristic architecture, and that completely cantilevered primary bedroom suite, which we will be seeing later. You've got more spots to sit and relax here on these massive stone slabs. And that concludes our tour for the main level and the backyard. So now we got to head downstairs and check out the basement.
So far, I really like this house. Like,
Coming down
for
here, illuminated
for a
wooden
lack of better words,
staircase.
it's dope.
We've just made it down here to the basement level living section. You've got contemporary staged seating in the center and on both
that
sides
atrium.
of this massive room.
Question is,
Dark
can you go
concrete
out?
walls surround that
just
back wall over
free to
there.
view?
And if you pan up for me, we have extremely high ceilings. You've got the LED light strips illuminating this entire basement level. Floor to ceiling
Now,
glass
this is where you
has
have
to
the
be
party.
at least like 15 to 20 feet tall right here. It's actually tinted, but it looks into this really unique foliage. I've never seen something quite like this before, but this open atrium
shout out to
still provides
JP. Hold on, bro. Hold on. JP is actually the cameraman. I know this doesn't make sense, but look at this. I just want to give JP his flowers real quick.
illuminating this
he's the one doing the
basement
B-roll.
level. Floor to ceiling glass has to be at least
He's
like
doing the
15 to
B-roll. Look, this is him in all black. This is JP in all black. He's doing the B-roll. So this is all his vision. He does everything he needs to.
20 feet
Shout
tall
out to
right
JP.
here. It's actually tinted, but it looks into this
That's
really
insane.
unique foliage.
And now he
I've never
has,
seen something quite like
just
this
someone
before,
holding the
but
camera.
This open atrium
So,
still provides.
He's setting the lighting. I know this has nothing to do with the real estate. It's just that I like to give props. And I mean, look, like I said, don't subscribe to him. Subscribe to, well, I said subscribe to him too, but you really should consider that, because that takes a lot of skill and it takes work. So amazing, JP. I just wanted to pause and say that.
Provides natural light down here to the basement level, and you can crack open this window right here, and it actually brings some fresh air down to the basement.
I wish you could go out there,
really
though.
like, especially since we're underground. It's good to vent out the space. Now, of course, you can see that we've got this floating fireplace.
like that
We've never seen
fireplace.
something quite like this, complemented with the dark marble detail
It's
and the
really
dark
nice touch.
concrete above the space. And you can see they've actually taken the structural elements from the exterior and have brought them to the inside of the house. That's why we're seeing more of these interesting curved designs, these futuristic structural elements to the interior of the house. We've never seen something quite like this before. We may never see it again. This house truly is one of a kind. On my right, you've got a circular seating section which can sit 4 of your guests. And if you look up above me, you can see that we are actually located under your massive wooden staircase that you have on the main floor. And then above me, this is the staircase that we just took to get down to this level. So 2 floating staircases are right above me. Once again, something we've never seen. It's so crazy. Now down the hall, we've got your glass elevator, screening room, private bar, and several guest bedrooms. Before we see those areas, follow me down to my right-hand side. This is the first guest bedroom that we have on
most of the
this
bedrooms are
lower
upstairs.
level. You've got this interesting dark concrete wall here with the illuminated LED light strips, which line the entire perimeter of this bedroom. You've got the open concept glass paneled closet in front of me. We'll see that in a second. Seating section on my left with this private desk area. And you've also got this sliding glass door, which leads you into this unique garden area. It's a little zen, tranquil space. Maybe go out there, meditate, relax before you have work or something like that. Also, you're nicely protected by all of that foliage. It's very secure. And if we go ahead and wrap around this glass paneled cabinetry here, you can see that we open this up and all of these doors are soft closing. They're illuminated with these LED light strips going nearly up to the ceiling. And over here on my right, you've got your ensuite bathroom complete with this built-in floating vanity. Glass enclosed shower is positioned on the far side, and take a look at that rain head for a second. We've never seen anything quite like that before. Very contemporary and futuristic details.
Again, shout out to JP for the camera
here.
work.
Now, if we head back to the main floor, we have a seating area, views of the glass elevator, and your light fixture above. We are currently under your floating staircase right now. How crazy is that? Now, follow me down this hallway over here. We've got another guest bedroom with more contemporary staging throughout. You've got more of the LED strip lights above me, kind of wrapping
Remember, there's 4 bedrooms
of this entire section.
So there's only one other bedroom.
Got another glass paneled sliding door, which takes you out to that Zen garden. Once again, it's very private, and I really do
outside
like that
of the
space.
primary.
It's very unique. More seating sections throughout, and just like the last bedroom, we have this open concept glass paneled closet right here, which has more of the LED strip lights. Very futuristic look to it. Open these up, and of course they're all soft closing. And then to my left, that's where we have the ensuite bathroom, which looks identical to the last one that we saw. And if you follow me back down through this section over here, we've got a seating section. More of the dark concrete walls extend up high, and you got a really unique light fixture positioned above me. Futuristic design. I've never seen anything quite like this. Follow me down to my left-hand side. This is the third guest bedroom that we have on this level. It looks similar to the other bedrooms that we did
mason
see.
jars.
You've got the dark concrete wall on the back.
So this is the
More
last
LED strip lighting illuminates the ceiling. And
non
you've got another glass sliding
primary
door
bedroom.
taking you out once again to that shared Zen garden. You've got the mounted flat screen TV, and this time you can actually access all of your closet space from inside of your bedroom. You don't have to actually wrap around the corner. Very nice section overall. It's nicely illuminated, all soft closing once again. And if we open up this door here and head down to my left-hand side, you've got your ensuite bathroom, once again complete with the bright white interior. You've got the vertical tiling throughout the entire section, circular mirror, floating vanity with your glass enclosed shower. And it also doubles as a bathtub. And you've got more LED lit ceilings right above me. Now follow me outside of this section here. Glass elevator is shown in front of me. We've never seen anything quite like that before. I'm a huge fan. Now follow me down the space. We've got a seating section, and I love this contemporary bar that they have built into the section. It's surrounded by custom natural tone cabinetry throughout. You've got the LED backlighting here, dark marble complemented with that dark concrete detail, built-in sink. You've got your nicely
So, actually, I want to give props to the architect for trying to complement their design along with the functionality. All I'm going to say is this. Don't get me wrong, I love the smell of fresh clothes, but I don't want to go downstairs, have a drink, and have the, washer and dryer going on at the same time. That's just me. If you have, let's say, if you have a housekeeper, your housekeeper's there and you just want to sit down and have a drink, your housekeeper's going to be going, walking back and forth and taking care of, the essentials and making your life easier, because that's what they're there for. Like that, just respectfully, they make your life easier if you can afford to have one. So yeah, they're there making your life easier. So you would be in their way. In my opinion, you would be in their way trying to have a drink. Personally, I don't want to be in their way while I'm trying to have a drink. So for me, this really is not the best spot for this, but I understand trying to give all the amenities that you can with the space allotted. And the design is good. The design is good. And I like how the architect did do their best to complement the design interior and along with the amenities in cohesiveness with the wonderful design.
Paneled refrigeration right here. You can't even tell that it's there. No handles present. And then you open this up and you just got some more pull-out shelving, and that too is soft closing. Now let's continue back down. More LED light strips are located above me, and follow me straight ahead. You've got your screening room, and I really like this area because it's not too large. I think this is the perfect size for any home theater.
So a good screening room.
You can still comfortably sit like 6 to 7 people. You've got the triple tiered seating, massive screen in front of me with these LED light strips located on the ceiling. You've got your wall mounted speakers all throughout, and these walls are kind of a plush material.
Yeah, it's soundproof. You can hear the difference in the sound.
Movie theater experience.
Like just listen
to watching the game in here, when you're playing your favorite video games, whatever you want to do in here. This is amazing.
Excellent soundproofing.
And I also like the dark colors that they chose inside of the space. Now let's open this up. To my left, you've got access into your laundry room, which has space for 2 appliances with custom cabinetry. And that concludes our tour for this lower level. So now we got to head upstairs and check out the primary bedroom suite. Coming up your illuminated wooden staircase, we've just made it up to the top level of the property. On my right here, you've got this glass door which leads you to the private rooftop deck, which we will be seeing momentarily.
So that's like a part of the primary in that case.
This is where your glass elevator takes you. This is the final level that it reaches. But of course, you can go down to your main floor or to your basement floor from that elevator. Such a cool detail.
Okay.
Once we come through this wooden pivot door, you can see that we have just...
For a second, I thought people would have to go through your primary to get to the roof. But again, the architect had very good vision on designing the interior to have the elevator go to the 3rd floor and you can walk to the door and immediately get to the rooftop. It's nice.
Made it into the primary bedroom suite. And what I really like about this space is that this is all you have on your top floor. There's no other rooms next to you on this level whatsoever. You've got the whole floor to yourself. You've got contemporary staging all throughout the section, contemporary light fixture above, tons of natural light comes into this space too. And what's really cool is that if you noticed on the exterior of the property, this entire bedroom suite is actually cantilevered over the front yard of the house. Really cool. It's kind of like you're floating above Bel-Air. It's pretty cool. You've got a contemporary staged seating section right here, surrounded by more floor-to-ceiling glass. And over here, you've got a sectioned off closet area, complete with all of your floor-to-ceiling, natural wooden tone, built-in cabinetry. It's nicely illuminated inside, and you can see it's all soft closing. You've got a little seating section on the far end with a small mirror. I like this abstract.
Okay, I understand why they tried to put a seat here, but this is just in the way because you see there's still more cabinet space all the way down along with the mirror. So this seat is just, it's in the way. This is not conventional. So I know the stager wanted to put something there to not just make it plain, but in this case, just leave it out. Like just leave it out. There was no point in putting a chair here.
Closet detail. Over here, you've got all of your floor-to-ceiling glass paneled cabinetry, and you can open this up. It's all nicely soft closing. You've got the leather trim cabinetry down there as well. High ceilings. You've got this marble back wall with the flat screen TV. And follow me through this section here. This is your ultra minimalist primary bathroom. We've never seen anything quite like this before. You've got your freestanding tub positioned on my right. Dark marble floors surround this entire section. They carry on into the backsplash of this wall.
Outdoor table holding open the door.
The sink in this property. So you actually just press this knob right here, and that's how you turn on the sink. And it looks like this countertop is
nice.
just a very thin piece of marble that they have placed right here. I don't know how they engineered this, but it looks impressive. I've never seen anything like it. We may never see something like it again. Pretty crazy. You've got the LED light strips illuminating this entire bathroom area. More views of Bel-Air. You've got a private terrace on my right, which we'll see in a second. And you've got this open concept primary shower with the marble back wall. LED light strips illuminate the ceiling. You've got that same marble detail here on the bench seating, built-in body spray, and your knobs actually have this really unique marble detail. Concrete wall is also shown on either side of this section. And if you follow me down here to my left, you've made it into your private primary terrace. You've got a staged pool chair, and you're getting impressive views of all of Los Angeles, all the mountains here in the distance. Bel-Air is literally your backdrop. And also I wanted to mention this too. So this is kind of this interesting smooth stucco curve that we kind of saw on the front yard too. Really futuristic architecture. I've never seen anything quite like this, but you can sit down here, relax, look at your architecture, look out at the mountains. It's pretty cool. Now that concludes our tour for this entire floor. So follow me up the steps and let's go ahead and check out the private rooftop.
Rooftop deck. Rooftop deck. Rooftop deck.
Coming up your wooden set of stairs, we've just made it to the private rooftop deck, complete with various seating sections all throughout. You get views of
no
Bel-Air
built-in
Los Angeles and the mountains in the distance. I can see some pretty noteworthy homes in the distance. That right there is currently listed for $68 million. Maybe we'll tour it soon, who knows? You'll have to wait and see. This rooftop is also nicely glass paneled. You've got views of the pool section, outdoor kitchen area too with your stainless steel refrigeration. Stainless steel cabinetry
I
is
wouldn't call it a
located
kitchen because
on either
there's no way to
side
cook
too.
anything.
It's nice and weatherproof in case it rains out here. You're protected by all of the foliage. This rooftop is still very private and very secure. You've got your stainless steel sink built into the section. And if we continue back down, that concludes our tour for this impressive futuristic property here in Bel-Air, Los Angeles. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you in the next one.
To both of us. Okay, so before we grade this beautiful product and property, let's talk about the listing, what happened. Did it sell? Well, no spoilers here. Let's keep it short. It did not sell. It did not sell. It's been on the market a couple different times, listed by some, famous, huge brokers. Talking about Josh and Matt. And they couldn't sell it. They are the ones that last had the listing at 15 million and it was unsold. And I'll talk about some of the reasons why I believe it wasn't sold, even though it is a really, nice property. It's a totally different design. It's an award-winning design. The fact is it's won awards because it is truly a different property, completely inspiring modern property. And I mean, it did not fail in beauty. So it did not sell for 15 million. The original asking price, I believe, was 16 million. Again, did not sell. And this is a prestigious area. Bel-Air, prestigious area. This is high in the mountains too. It's not the compound, right? Part of Bel-Air where there's, lots of properties that have acres of land or hectares. Those will typically hit you with the 50, 60, $100 million price tag. So this is a beautiful design, okay? Beautiful design. Before anyone else tries to call me a house hater, I don't hate, I just spectate and commentate and all other sorts of tates. Maybe. So, no, it's great design, beautiful design. I mean, 7,400 square feet of property. This is obviously a mansion. We didn't see the garage, which kind of was a little disappointing for me. Maybe there was like stuff in there and, he was told not to show the garage. So I totally get it. I have some pictures here and stuff on the other screen, but I don't think any of it shows the garage. That's what I'm actually looking for right now. So none of this is showing the garage. So we don't know what the garage looks like. So everything else we know what it looks like. Yeah, everything else we know what it looks like. So as far as that, okay, now that we've talked a little bit about the listing in the property, let's talk about why. Well, you know what, let's grade it and then I'll say why it didn't sell. How about we do it like that? Okay. Okay, so starting off with location. Location, as you know, Bel-Air is prestige. If we were grading solely on prestige, the location would be a 10, right? The location would be a 10. Unfortunately, that's not how we grade location. Location, we're gonna look at the positioning, you know, the views, we're going to look at the convenience, and because this is higher in the hill, okay? It's higher in the hill, you want amazing views, which this does not offer. And it's the reason why the primary was cantilevered in the first place. It was cantilevered so it could take in as, you know, much of the views as you could. It's on the wrong side of the street. And then we look at convenience. Convenience wise, being in, you know, all the shopping, you know, being 20 to 30 minutes, right? Depending on what time of day it is, 20 to 30 minutes from all the shopping and all the high-end restaurants. Being that that's 20 to 30 minutes, I would not call that convenient in any shape or form. As far as going back to the views, we didn't really see much. I mean, clearly there's some ocean view and all this other stuff, but the best part of the view is from the rooftop. And then you look at privacy, which is another thing about location, which this to some degree has some good privacy, but the parts of what you would like to have privacy, there's not much of, and that includes from entertaining in the first level living space and the primary bedroom. You know, if you leave the shutters up and you turn on the light, all your neighbors can see exactly what you're doing. So because of all of this, you know, in consideration, even with it being in Bel-Air, I have to give the location a 7.5. I mean, it's just on the wrong side of the street. If it was on the right side of the street, I'd probably give it an 8 to 8.5, depending on what kind of view it got. So that's the negative for me. So location, 7.5. As for the use of the lot, I think they maximized with this, you know, particular development, making it a split tri-level. So you have 3 levels. You have your entry, you have your property. I mean, not property, but you have your floor downstairs, and you have it upstairs. They put a pool there. They put, you know, a hot tub. Obviously, there's all sorts of outdoor space around the entire property. Decent frontage, amazing curb appeal. As far as lot use, I think they did the best they could. I mean, that backyard area with the pool, having all that privacy right there at the pool. I mean, hey, they did pretty damn good. Having the atrium, you know, be a part of the basement, they did a very good job with this design. So I'm gonna give the lot use an 8.5, which brings us to the design layout. Now, the design layout is a little tricky because the entry level, right? The entry level is great for entertaining. It's a huge massive space, and it leads easily into either the kitchen, which leads you to the pool or the backyard, and you have like this really, really good cohesive flow for the, you know, central point of the house, which is, you know, from what this looks like, it's an entertainment entertainment space. Like, it's a place to entertain, right? It's a great place to entertain. So you've got, again, the main floor, soon as you walk in, and then obviously you have to the left of the door, you have that elevator, which is excellent, right? That's excellent placement. You don't have to go far. If you don't feel like walking up any stairs, or you're too drunk coming inside of the house, which also makes me, question how far is the elevator from the garage. My guess is that the laundry room is next to the garage. So I'm hoping that that's the case, because if that is, that's still very good placement. So as far as that, I mean, if we were just going off of that, it would be a 10. Unfortunately, the design layout, I can't give it a 10. And here's why. When looking at the common use of a house, looking at a common use of a house is typically going to be for a family, and having, children that are younger, right? Having them on the basement floor, right? Because all those 3 bedrooms, they're on the basement floor. Having them on the basement floor, well, what typically happens is, because they like to be around their parents, is they start migrating their things, their toys, all this other stuff. Start migrating it upstairs. And essentially you'll have to have like a space for them to play that's kind of in between your room and, the first level. So this is where, it starts tapering off. Then you look at the closet, how there's no his or hers closet, while the closets in design and as far as finishing goes are, they're high quality, they're excellent. I like the design of it. I have no problem with the design, the actual design, but for a layout, it's not great. And then having like that walk-in area where it both goes in narrowly, and it gets lower. It gets lower because it's stuck in the part of the design of the house where it's sloping down. So you go from like these tall closets, and they cascade down in size. Not really a good design layout in my opinion. Okay, because remember, this is all my opinion. So it's not really a good design layout in my opinion. It's like I said, it's really, really tricky. And then the wet bar, okay, because that's not like a true bar. It's a wet bar. Having the wet bar right there by the laundry room, or, and again, assuming garage, not great. Then, having the screening room has no area for your snacks. You would have to walk out of the screening room to get extra snacks. And that's not great. It's just not great. But here's my but. Here's the but. There's a lot of screening rooms that are kind of like that, where you go like walk behind a wall, and even though the door is closed, you'd go get the snacks, and you can pop popcorn, stuff like that. So it's not crazy bad. So I don't have like a huge problem with that, but there really is no place for the snacks unless you're talking about the wet bar, right? Because that's where you would have to really put the snacks. So you have that, to me, as a negative as well. So the 3 bedrooms being downstairs, right? The 3 bedrooms being downstairs, primary being all the way at the top. Not the most ideal layout. Closet cascading down, it's not great. And then not to mention how there's no outdoor kitchen whatsoever by the pool. And in fact, the only resemblance of an outdoor kitchen is the rooftop. Now, depending on who you are, this might not be necessarily a bad thing. The adults are upstairs having a drink and, up there, I don't know what they're doing, because they're not cooking. because there's no grill up there. There's no grill up there. It's just like a refrigerator and you know, it's like hotel, like a hotel motel amenity, right? Where you just get a mini fridge and a sink for a wet bar, right? So, you know, lack of that and the suggestion that the cooking would be on the roof, because I would hope that there's a gas line ran up there. I would think that, you know, that's not something that you really typically see like in a tour video. It's something you have to see if you go view the property. But yeah, there's no outdoor kitchen, and the suggestion of the outdoor kitchen is that you would have to go inside, upstairs, cook, come down, serve food, or have people going in from the pool to get a hot dog or a burger or some, I don't know, okay? Because you can cook whatever you want. But, you know, for me, I would be making a brisket. This is kind of besides the point. But yeah, just that doesn't work for me. So these are the negatives with the design layout. As far, like I said, if we were just going off of the entry level to the bottom entertaining living space, that with the cohesion to the kitchen, that was a 10. But because of the aforementioned things, I have to give it a 7.5. The design layout, 7.5. Now, as far as exterior finishes, we don't have to talk too much about this. I love the design. I love the use of glass, how it's reflective to try to give as much privacy, and not just privacy, also block the heat from the sun. I love the design, you know, the choice of how they curve the stucco. I love the exterior finishes of the property. So I give the exterior finishes a 10. As far as interior finishes, you thought I was just gonna beat up the property, didn't you? No, as far as the interior finishes, the choice of everything that they use, the wall padding in the screening room, the marble choice, the kitchen choices, right? The fireplace choices, the flooring choices, the finishes are beautiful, immaculate. The Miele appliances, like the white Miele appliances. Woo! Immaculate, beautiful, gorgeous, excellent, okay? Interior finishes, they feel warm, they don't feel cold, they feel futuristic, they are clean. Just think about that bathroom, how it was the primary bathroom, how it was like a thin layer of marble. It just looks like it's just a little floating thing, and to have it fully functional, excellent. Okay, interior finishes, 10. The interior finishes are a 10. So, you know, I don't have a whole lot to really say about that. I mean, you guys seen it. I like the glass for like the closet. It's nice. Not necessarily something I would choose myself, but it wasn't boring. It was nice. It's beautiful. Personally, I don't want to look at my clothes. You know, sometimes you put stuff in your closet. You're not always like going to be like super neat and all this stuff. And this is where you would need a housekeeper to, you know, pick up the slack for your incapability to keep stuff nice and neat, okay? And them making your life easier. So you better pay them correctly. Anyway, so interior finishes, I really, really love the interior finishes. So again, 10. Now, as far as amenities, okay? Unfortunately, I cannot give the amenities a 10. I know they were like, the house was just on a streak of 10s, back-to-back 10s, but I cannot give the amenities a 10. Going back to the fact that there is no grill for an outdoor kitchen, and me personally, it's like I would have to build an outdoor kitchen by the pool, so that's a negative for me, obviously. So that you know, that goes against it. Back to the screening room, which was excellent. There's no place for like snacks, you know. And the screening room is not huge, which is not really the negative here. But again, back to the snacks. It's just a room where, you know, you turn on the TV and it's got great soundproofing. It's excellent. The wet bar and not having a true bar, I know this kind of ties back into the design layout. What would have been great was just to have an actual bar on that downstairs floor. That would have been fantastic. So a bar is an amenity. The lack of cappuccino machine, that's an amenity, right? That's an amenity. There was obviously no space for like a sauna or a steam room, right? You'd have to get your steam in your shower. So, you know, that's kind of a negative there. There's just some stuff that you would really, really like to have that is simply not there. But hey, there's a pool, there's a hot tub, there's the rooftop deck that has a mini fridge and sink. It's something, you know. And the wet bar is still a wet bar. It's functional. You know, you got screening room. So while I can't give it a 10, I could give it a 7.5. 7.5 works. It works perfectly. With that said, as much as I love this property, it wasn't perfect, you know, because I'm a house hater. I still give it an 8.5. 8.5 score. How you like that? 8.5 score. It's very high on the grade. They didn't fault out with the design and the finishes. There's just things that, I mean, they have against them, which brings me to why this beautiful piece of architecture remains unsold. And it is really simple. It's a little too much. 15 million. 15 million can get you a lot more house, okay? A lot more house in Bel-Air with more privacy, okay? More amenities, and maybe not as good of interior finishes, but at least equal to or slightly less than. I'll be fair, because I really like these finishes a lot, and I like the design choices. You're not going to be able to like get this just anywhere, because this was not like your basic modern box, right? Where it was all about the floor to ceiling glass and just having the stucco. This was a design. So that's solely what, you know, is giving them the hefty price tag, or where they're getting the hefty price tag from. Because it's different. It's different. And when you have something that's truly different, you don't necessarily comp it to everything else. So I understand the pricing. I just think it's too much. I think it's too much. I think if the price was closer to 11 or 10 mil, I think it would sell in a heartbeat. You look at all the other houses that are within the vicinity, and they're just like your normal modest homes that you probably could get for 3, 4, or 5 million. And you know, they're probably not as big. They might be 4,000, 5,000 square feet. They're not going to be as big, and obviously the finishes are not going to be as great. So what I'm saying is, okay, double up on the price at a minimum, and I think you got something. The other thing is, it's on the wrong side of the street, and we go back to that privacy factor. Because it's so much glass, you turning on the light, there is no such tint that can stop the light from showing what's going on the other side. That's why, you know, with the interrogation rooms, that's why when they flip that switch and turn the light on, then you can see on the other side. That's why. There is no such glass that will stop that. And it's not high up enough where you can do that and still have all the privacy. So there's no privacy. You can't, me personally, I can't go to sleep. I don't care how well I know the neighbors. I can't just go to sleep and enjoy like the space, knowing that I have to use the shutters to close off everything so nobody can see when I'm, having some fun. And then you have that tub there, and you'd have the tub in the daytime. It's just not ideal. And then you have a party, everyone's gonna know what's going on the first floor, the entry floor. Obviously what's downstairs, you have all the privacy. So, you get at least party there. But yeah, the privacy is an issue. And, the cantilevered, room being the only room on the third floor and having the three, it just eliminates a lot of buyers, especially those with families, right? Those with families, it starts eliminating them like immediately. So at 15 million, I just think that there's just not enough. It's not enough. And then there's no outdoor kitchen. And, for this to be such a great entertaining home, like an entertaining space, there's no outdoor kitchen. There's no outdoor bar, other than the rooftop, right? Other than the rooftop, but you want people to be around the pool. And there's plenty of space around the house where they could make a lot of things happen. So, for me, they lost me with the lack of coffee maker. I'm kidding. But yeah, it's just 15 million. So it's a little much. And I don't think anybody with hundreds of $millions wants to overpay for something solely based on the fact that it's a beautiful design. You have to really, really appreciate art and architecture to just go and say, you know what, I'm buying this solely because the design is completely different than everything else. To be 20 to 30 minutes away from the best restaurants and, the best of the best. I mean, and not having the best views that the money can buy at 15 million. Yeah, there's just too much available. There's too much available. The Bird Streets, Beverly Hills, okay? At 15 million, we're just talking 15 million. Similar size house, brand new, okay? Or new-ish, new-ish. And I mean, you can always reimagine your interior. You can always reimagine your interior and give it these lush, beautiful designs. You can always do that. So yeah, this is the only problem with the property. Other than that, I think it would sell. Like I said, I think it closer to 10, 11 mil. I think they have a buyer. I truly do. But I don't disagree with them on the stance that this is a unique property and warrants a unique price. So I'm not against it. I just think a buyer would feel more comfortable closer to that $10 million mark. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So if you think I'm a house hater, well, okay, I'm a house hater. But other than that, if you made it to the end, I love you. Sorry, Matt, I'm still in your phrase again. I love you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.